Hi there, my name is Jean-Paul Blomberg from the Netherlands, and in this video I'm going to explain where my present vision is coming from. Because later on in another video I'm speaking a little bit about the 2012 thing and about the world powers, about the world economy and world politics. So before I'm going to speak about this, about that, and I'm going to introduce myself as a person and where my present vision is coming from. It's not the present vision that I have as an entrepreneur is not because I read a few books or that I saw a few documentaries, but it's an all-going on process that started already at the age of 10 years old. Well, they say, I believe that whatever thing happens in your life, it happens with a very good reason. So I'm going to explain you what happened in my past that created the person that I am right now. So in the other video I speak about the worldwide economics, politics, physics like metaphysics and quantum physics, also a little bit about spirituality, because everything is related and connected to each other. So I will explain that in the other video. My path started at the age of 10 years old. Well, what happened when I was 10 years old? Well, at that age my parents decided to divorce. So this happens more in families, but well, what happens is that your life is going to rip apart. Yeah, because as a normal family you get educated and you get grow up by your parents, and they give you attention and they give you love and they give you everything that the child needed. But at this point everything broke up, and that means that I had to stand up at my feet right away. For me there was no decisions to take. So well, what happened, my father kicked me, my brother and my mother out of the house, and we lived for a while at the apartment of my grandmother, and that was not a very pleasant time. So after a while my mother decided to move to another place in the country, but I didn't like that idea. I preferred to stay in my hometown with my father. But the Dutch social work system and the government system didn't allow me to live in my father's place. So, but I thought really different about that, because I said, wait man, I'm a human being, I can make my own decisions, right? So at that point I really started to learn to fight for what I want. Not only fighting but also surviving. So it was really hard times, you know, like when I was 11 and a half, I had my first case in courthouse to tell the judge of what I want. So it was pretty tough, you know, and they said, "Oh, you have nothing to decide, so you just go to your mother, you know, just leave your hometown, leave your friends, leave your school and just go with your mother, because that's normal in the way it should go." But my father and I thought different about that, so we started a second case in courthouse. So at the age of 12 I already had 2 cases in courthouse, just to fight for what I want. So we won it a little bit. I could live with my father, but I went to many progress, like progress in social, into social works and all this kind of things, you know, like they were giving me, they trying to brainwash me with all kinds of things, you know, like you should not choose for them or those, you know, or for your mother or for your father. All crazy things happened. So another thing, my father really fights for us, you know, that he fights for his kids, and he started many cases in courthouse, something like 16 or something. So he spent a lot of money into lawyers and all that kind of things. So he went pretty broke. So we also had financial problems, not only emotional but also financially. So when I had my first job, when I was 13 years old, I had to give a little bit to my father so he could buy groceries. So it was really strange. And I saw my classmates or my friends, they were getting everything like PlayStation or Nintendo, all these kind of things, and I asked my father, can I get one too? Maybe it sounds a little bit weird, but can you have a PlayStation 2? I said, well, sorry my son, but I don't have it for you. If you want something, go work for it. So that was my grow up. So when I was 16 years old, I stopped with crying. I stopped being a victim. I said, well, everything that is coming to me, I said, I leave it there. I don't pay attention to that, and I just go to work. Just work to get money, to survive and to fight. So I thought I had no emotions, like everything was protected or guarded. So people were wondering, like, hey, how do you do that? You don't cry or you don't suffer. I said, why should I? I just work. I just pay attention for the things I want. So when I was 17 years old, I started to work at a Mercedes company, a local Mercedes company. I started there to wash cars, to clean cars, all this. And so I saw many entrepreneurs coming with the cars, and I lived a little bit in poverty, and I asked myself, okay, I don't look up to anybody, so I just go there and ask you, like, hey, how can you afford a Mercedes? What do you do? What do you do different than me? And then I started listening. I said, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, or I do this, I do that. Interesting. So then I knew already a little bit of what I wanted to reach in life. Get a Mercedes. Because I love the car. So I just listened and paid attention. Also I network a little bit in local places, like knowing the right people, the right entrepreneurs. So when I really listened good to the stories. They said, well, when you want to make money, you must start your own business. Okay, good. So when you're at the age of 20 years old, I did. In the meantime, I went to college. I really didn't want to go to college because when I was 7 years old, I said I want to go to the Dutch Marine Corps, because I'm a fighter and I love adventure. But my father said, well, that's not a good decision, because you should go to college so you can graduate and get a good job and all this kind of things. You're probably most familiar with that. So when I was in college, I said, it's pretty easy, because also I saw a little bit of light, I said, hey, if I can do my best, I get a graduation, diploma, and I get a good job in an organization, and I can make a good living or get good money or get rich and buy a Mercedes. And I thought that I could do that. So it was pretty easy. I had time enough. So when I was 20 years old, I decided to start my first own business. I invested a little bit money in cleaning materials, polishing machine, to polish the cars. So I did. I quit my job. I started to use my network, finding customers. I said, can I clean your car? Yes or no? So when they said yes, sure. I make like €100 a car. And also I went to companies, like car cleaning companies. I said, hey, you want that I clean your car? Yes or no? When I had yes, I make money. Also I heard many times no. But then I started a little bit, I worked very, very hard. I worked my ass off, When I was not in college, I was working in my business. And little bit, step by step, I was getting my own network with different companies, different customers. And I was a student, and when I was a student I was making around 2,000 or 4,000 euro a month. So that was totally different than being in poverty with my father. Being worried to get enough food. And it sounds really different that this could happen in the Netherlands, because the Netherlands is not, almost nobody lives here in poverty. The government is taking care a little bit of you. But just I learned to be on your own feet if you want something. So after a while, I was working very hard. I was buying my second car. I bought my sailing boat, like a catamaran. I love sailing. I'm really passionate about sailing. But after a while, I worked 6 days a week, and on my Sunday I was sailing. And when I was sailing, I still had a little bit of empty feeling. That you have everything, like a car or a sailing boat and all those material things, but you are still searching for something that is not giving you true satisfaction. So I was searching for that, and probably searching for a little bit of attention, you know, love, because between my age and 10 and 22 I was not getting this kind of energy. So I was searching, you know, like I go to Google and I said, I don't know what I was searching, but I would just search. I was a little bit on chatting websites, dating websites, and I was chatting with people all over the world. And then I end up with a very nice person from Peru, Latin America. So after a while of chatting I said, well, okay, you know, I will get a ticket. I had money enough and I went to Peru. And when I was in Peru I didn't find the right girlfriend for me, but what I noticed is how it was to be in a family, you know, like getting this warm mentality of the people. And that was really the first moment that I discovered new things, you know. So this was really an eye-opener. When I returned back to Holland I couldn't live anymore in the society here, the cold society. So there it all started. When I graduated I got my diploma in the field of international business and logistic management. I decided to sell my business and I went to Spain to study Spanish, because I noticed that Spanish is a very important language in the world, like the second world language, besides English of course. So when I was in Spain something happened that totally changed my life. What happened? I fell in love, and this person, she was from Peru as well. She was opening my heart. Like all those times, all those years, I was guarded from any emotions because I grew up in negativity. You know, I said, there's all this negativity. I put it there, but it wasn't. It was getting in, and it was really, it was making my soul getting more dirty and dirty, but I was not paying attention to it. So this person, she opened my heart. She was planting a little seed in that, and this seed becomes really like a burning desire to get freedom, because I didn't have freedom, because I had a job in an organization, a worldwide organization in the Netherlands, and I was there. And when I was there, I was feeling like, oh, I couldn't breathe, you know, I couldn't breathe there. I saw the walls like, I don't belong here. Also the people there, the group, I didn't fit in the group. They look at me as like a strange person, like he didn't belong at the group. And as I was wondering why. I did my best. I came on time every morning, and I always had my phone with me. I always was at time at the ships. I did my best. I couldn't understand what it was. So it was strange. I couldn't breathe, you know. And also this feeling from the inside, it starts to work. The desire for, I want to get out of here. I just want to go to Spain, where I was happy, you know, where I was happy to be with her. So this desire, it was changing, you know, like step by step by step. And yeah, I wanted to be independent, to give my time for money, so I could do the things that I love to do. So yeah, this is a little bit about an introduction, because after a while I went to seminars, the internet marketing seminars, because I noticed that the internet could give me this freedom, so I could play in the field in the world, because that was my desire. Just that money comes in with me, and that I can do travel the world and meet new cultures and all those kind of things. I was discovering that, and at one point, someone or a few people intended me on a book. And this book, it changed completely my way of thinking. This book is called Rich Dad Poor Dad of Robert Kiyosaki. From that point, I was investigating everything: economics, politics, law of attraction, the secret, all. And that's where my next video is going to be about. So thank you for watching. This was